This has been an amazing week. We're having an amazing week here, the Russia week here, and this might be my favorite night of the entire Russia week, because this night is really why I went. What we're doing, the piece we're showing tonight is really the whole damn reason why we went, you know? And here's the thing, the piece we're about to do tonight, I was saying to him, Chris, my executive producer, back in December, you said, you want to go to Russia? I'm like, no one's going to be talking about Russia in the summer, and it's too big of a risk. I'm a dummy. Because this is why this is so exciting tonight, because a big part of that New York Times interview they did with Trump focused on what's called the dossier. You see, back in January, 10 days before Donald Trump was inaugurated, a document was leaked containing allegations that Trump has deep financial ties to Russia, that his campaign was being supported by the Russian government, and that the Russians had compromising videos of Donald Trump watching prostitutes urinate on a bed in the Moscow Ritz-Carlton presidential suite. It was a bombshell. And when former FBI Director James Comey informed the president about it, Trump was not happy. He told the New York Times, when he brought it to me, I said, this is really made-up junk. I just thought about, man, this is such a phony deal. And remember, as the founder of Trump University, he is an expert on phony deals. Trump claimed... Donald Trump claimed he can prove it's bogus because I have witnesses. You know, I went there with Phil Ruffin. Now, I did not know who Phil Ruffin was. I thought Phil Ruffin sounded like the arch nemesis of McGruff the crime dog. I'll get you, Ruffin! But it turns out Ruffin is a casino owner friend of Trump's. Well, let's take a look at this upstanding character witness they call Phil Ruff. Oh, yeah, they did it. Yeah. Yeah, they did it. Now, the wildest accusations in that dossier have never been confirmed. But as far as I know, nobody has tried to confirm them. And here's the reason why. The real news, while reporting on the dossier, your CNNs, your MSNBCs, your Foxes, they said, oh, that's too salacious for us to even look into. But it's the only part we care about. It's the part we talk about, the PP tape. PP tape, PP tape, PP tape, PP tape. Well, guess what? Guess what? There was one man brave enough to go to Moscow and check it out. And he's got two thumbs. Jim?
Moscow, the heart of Mother Russia, and the source of the greatest political turmoil to affect the highest echelons of the United States government in our lifetimes. I ventured into the Russian bear's den myself to ask the question that everyone else was afraid to.
Do you have the PP tape?
Do you have the PP tape?
I'll also take the PP tape. I would like the PP tape, PP tape, PP tape.
For some reason, asking random people for the PP tape wasn't working. So I met with Russian surveillance expert Andrei Soldatov, a journalist critical of the Kremlin's surveillance tactics. Andrei has been interrogated by the FSB 4 times. I met Andrei at an undisclosed Moscow hotel.
Hello, Andrei.
Hello, Stephen.
Now, I know you may not have the answer to some of these questions, but do you think the Russians have compromat on Donald Trump?
I just don't know.
Like maybe the Russian government has and he's my president, so I want to be dignified about this, a PP tape of Donald Trump. Have you heard about the PP tape?
Yes.
You've heard about the PP tape. What have you heard in Russia? What's been reported here?
So there were some reports that there was something embarrassing about Donald Trump, but with no details.
No details?
Well, some details.
Like what?
Like something about shower?
Yes, a type of shower. A type of shower. Did the shower have a particular color?
Yeah, I think so.
Can you name the color? What color was the shower?
Something about gold or yellow.
Yep. Cool. And who might have provided that? Was it from a faucet, or was it... Who might have provided the shower?
Some girls, maybe.
Some girls? Just like some friends, like some just stop by for fun?
Well, I do not have these kind of details.
You don't have these details. Okay. In the United States, it was reported that when Donald Trump was staying at the Ritz-Carlton, he stayed in the presidential suite, which I believe is room 1101, and that he hired 2 prostitutes to pee in the bed because this room had also been occupied by Barack and Michelle Obama, and it was a form of insult to them to have these women come do that on the bed. Did you guys hear those details over here?
Yes.
Well, the idea is that there were surveillance cameras in this room because the building is wired, and that the FSB has this because they automatically have cameras in the room, and they caught this happening.
Well, that makes sense.
Does make sense. Okay. No one from America has gone to see what that room is like or to try to verify that story in any way. What would you have to do to get access to that room?
Maybe to check in the hotel.
That seems extraordinarily complicated.
But we did it.
It's true. Room 1101, the presidential suite of the Ritz-Carlton Hotel. I rented it. Here's the key. Let's go.
The glamorous Ritz-Carlton presidential suite, champagne dreams and PP wishes. 10 glorious rooms filled with grand pianos and closets so big you could hide a corpse. It has all the modern amenities. But there's only one room you want to see in this suite.
Hello. Join me, won't you? In the bedroom of the presidential suite of the Ritz-Carlton Hotel in Moscow. The room we've heard so much about, and yet no one has come to check it out. I don't know why. When you're in this room, I don't know how to describe it. It's soaked in history. It just washes over you. I mean, it's not even like it's in the past. You're in history. You're in it. You know what I'm saying? I'm saying the PP tape supposedly took place on that bed, is what I'm saying. The dossier alleges that President Trump was somewhere in this room. We don't know where he sat. Could have been on this bench down here. Though I doubt it, because that's in what's called the splash zone. You're gonna wanna wear a poncho. Could have been on the couch over there. But what would that look like? Join us when my investigative journalism continues.
Peep, peep, tape. Peep, peep, tape.
You know when you've imagined something for so long, and then when you finally see it, it just doesn't match what you pictured in your head? That's not this feeling at all. No, this is right on the money. Holy cow. That's the Kremlin. They don't need to install cameras in here. They could just give Putin some binoculars.
With my initial survey complete, Andre rejoined the investigation. Because the presidential suite is known to be under surveillance, Andre and I swept the room for cameras and listening devices. They could be anywhere, even the pottery.
So is there any way of knowing if there's listening devices in here?
Well, for that, you need a special equipment.
Or you could break it open.
That's also an option.
Yeah.
Obviously,
Yeah, there's nothing in there.
looks like the laptop.
Hello? There's an emergency button in my room. No, everything is great. Thank you. Thank you for checking. Yeah, they're on to us. Yeah.
That was Andre's cue to leave. But I wasn't done.
So who knows what really happened in this room? Science does. And tonight, science is on your side. Hit the lights. Let's investigate. I want to thank Action News Team Channel 53 for lending me their black light. Okay, I'm going in. All right. That pillow looks clean.
Okay. Yeah, that checks out. No evidence there. Oh, I got something. Fake news never happened. Sad.
Sadder still, I'd come 5,000 miles to find the PP tape and was leaving with no proof that Donald Trump was ever here. But worst of all,
This room was extremely expensive, so this is where I'm staying tonight. Guys, you can go.
Would you mind killing the lights on your way out?
Do you mind?
Sorry, Stephen, my bad. Night, night.
Thank you, Ritz-Carlton, and I'm sorry about this. Join me tomorrow for the exciting conclusion of Russia Week, because unlike the Russia scandals, this week will eventually be over. We'll be right back with Jason Bateman.